Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." When life feels chaotic, is this promise too good to be true? Life doesn't always make sense. When tragedy strikes, how do we trust promises like Romans 8:28? This verse doesn't promise a life without pain. Romans 8:28 doesn't say we'll avoid suffering. It's written in a chapter that acknowledges the deep pain of a fallen world. Creation itself groans, longing for redemption. Romans 8:22. So what does this verse actually promise? So, what does good really mean? Is good about getting what we want, or does it mean something deeper? God's definition of good isn't always about immediate outcomes, but eternal purposes. Even in the darkest moments, God is present. Imagine a tapestry. From one side, it looks chaotic, but on the other, it's a masterpiece. Romans 8:28 reminds us that God is weaving something beautiful, even when all we see is a mess. Romans 8:29 gives us the key. God's ultimate good is to make us more like Christ. Romans 8:29. This doesn't always feel good in the moment, but shapes us for eternity. Starting at Romans 8:28, the verse reads, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Verse 29 goes on to say, "For those God foreknew He also predestined to be conformed to the image of His Son, that He might be the firstborn among many brothers and sisters." What does this mean for us? This ties into 1 John 3:2. "When He appears, we shall be like Him, for we shall see Him as He is." God's work in our lives now prepares us for this future glory. In light of that, I can 1. Trust in the long-term plan. God is weaving a larger story. 2. Be a vessel of hope. In tragedy, we reflect God's care. 3. Lean on God in the unknown. We may not have all the answers, but we can trust His heart. Every circumstance is part of shaping us to be His children, so that when He appears, we will fully reflect His image. Join us for group or individual Bible study. No additional texts, no denominational slant, just the Bible. Email leatema@icloud.com.